Numbers chapter 32.
Yep. Inheritance and covenants. So we have an interesting thing today.
Your turn. For prayer. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I'll whack you with a pillow.
Pillow fight! As long as the actually don't do it with foam. That would hurt. Those are heavy. But, goose down or, down feather pillows. That's what I'm thinking. Until they break, they're actually kind of interesting to get hit with. But anyhow, Father in heaven, we thank thee very much for this beautiful morning. We thank thee that we have this chance to read thy word. We ask thee to please help us to understand the good things that we need to know. Please bless us to be able to share this information well, and please help us to know what to use and learn from. We thank thee for thy blessings, and we thank thee for this time together. We say these things and do so humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Alrighty. Chapter 32. Rueben, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh received their inheritances east of the Jordan. So we've got 2.5 tribes getting all of the towns, villages, cities, whatever, that they've just wiped out the people and taken over. They covenant to join other tribes in conquering Canaan.
Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the lands of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. Wait, so they're doing something bad here?
I don't see that they've done something bad. They are simply they're simply saying, we see a lot of pastures here. We see a lot of good land for grazing cattle. So we want to have this land for ourselves moving forward. So the children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and we're going to skip some names, and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 princes, even the country which the Lord smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Go for it. Sorry.
Wherefore said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here?
We skipped 5.
Oh, my bad.
Wherefore they said, if we have found grace in
No,
thy...
I did do that one.
Okay. All right.
Bring us
You're
not
right,
over
right.
Jordan.
Oh, yeah, okay. I just didn't move up, and so I whatever.
Yeah.
Rewind. And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord hath given them.
Oh, I see. So they were... That's what it is.
It wasn't that it wasn't that this was bad. It was that they were saying, well, you guys are just going to camp out over here, and everybody else is going to have to go do the work. So they are being told, if you're going to do this, make sure you send your
men to
war to help us win the war.
Yeah, whenever it said covenant with the tribes to take over the rest of Canaan, my brain was like, are they talking about Israelites, or are they talking about other random tribes that they happen to find and are going against the Israelites?
No, they're talking about the tribes that are saying, hey, we got some great pastures here. Can we stay? That's fine, but don't miss out on helping the rest of us.
Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land.
For when they went up unto the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which the Lord had given them. Okay, this is also...
Are you sure you want to do this because we...
Well, no, this is... You guys are claiming this space because you want to just sit back and watch everybody go in to do the hard stuff, because we've had this happen before when we came up the other side with the spies and they were like, oh, there's a lot of big people and a lot of scary stuff going on. They all came back and said, don't go, guys, just let's sit here and wait a while. And you guys are saying...
resolve.
Right. Testing their resolve, testing their commitment, testing their ability to have people go to war.
And the Lord's anger was kindled the same time, and swear, saying...
Surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me.
Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kezite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Lord.
And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years. Are we going to wander another 40 years because you guys want to camp out here?
That's right. That makes more sense.
Until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed.
And behold, you are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men to augment yet the fierce anger of the Lord towards Israel.
I can see this being... This has now turned into an argument of, we're going to go through all this history, and we're going to remind you that we really don't like it when people don't do what God tells them to. Oh, yeah.
Good point. Can we maybe come to an agreement?
Right. For if you turn away after if I can actually read, my eyes are teary because I'm still waking up, so I'm trying to assume the word before I get to it. For if you turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this people.
And they came near unto him and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle and cities for our little ones.
Do you know what a sheepfold is?
Sheep pasture?
Pen. They back then they didn't build just a little fence around everything. They would actually move boulders into a circle and put thorny brambles and stuff on top.
Sort of like the chain link curls at the top of a chain
razor
link fence.
wire.
Yeah, razor wire.
They didn't have razor wire, but they did have
natural thorns.
Yeah, and they would build this circle. I don't know that it was always boulders, but they would try to get it, at least the height of a man, if not a little bit more, and then they'd put the top with thorny stuff so that wild animals wouldn't come, and then they'd have just one little space at the opening that might be 2 feet, 3 feet wide, and they'd have a person sit there all night to guard the sheep.
Makes sense.
And then, everybody would bring their flocks in there and leave them overnight, and they'd rotate who stayed up all night. And then in the morning they would come in and they'd call their sheep, and their sheep would come out of the group in the
pen area.
Yeah.
Neat.
And that's one of the parables of Jesus. The shepherd will come to the sheepfold and will call his sheep, and they will come and the others won't. A lot of the parables about, you don't let somebody else guard the sheepfold because they'll walk away when something bad happens because it's not their sheep.
Yeah.
Lots of different parables are built around this sheepfold thing.
My brain, whenever I was thinking of pasture, was thinking of the video Life on the Victorian Farm, Absolute History, great series.
Was really neat.
Where they had a full field with just wooden fencing,
right? And
they would just let the sheep wander in that all the time,
right?
And I don't think they ever had somebody fully guarding it all the time, but there was somebody. They did actually build a shack out there for somebody to stay at to monitor the sheep at some point. So maybe they partially had somebody guarding, but
they didn't have quite as many wild animals up in Britain as they did down here, because if you remember, David says that he
slew a lion once came to eat my sheep, and a bear I slew them both.
Right. So we know that there are big bad animals that get chased off by human population growth, but they weren't at that point here, so they would build the sheepfolds and they would have someone guard all the sheep.
Makes sense.
But we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land.
We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance.
So that's quite a promise. We don't know how long this is going to take, and we're not going to come back and live full time with our families. That'd be a long time away from your wife, but
they probably have some people going back every once in a while.
Well, they're remember in the thing of David and Bathsheba, it says when at the time of year when kings went out to war. So,
Hi, Lily.
mid to late spring, early summer, after all the crops have been planted, and they would do battles until about time to bring in the crops. And that would be during every summer they would go out and help with the military campaigns and then come back for harvest and planting, and nobody would really go out during the winter because who wants to battle in the freezing cold?
No one.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time moving and holding on to my sword here, but we're gonna fight. Clank. Oh, yeah, I don't punch. Ow! I actually, I heard of a couple of guys who were in, there was a couple of guys that were in northern states, and they were out trying to proselyte, and they got to the point where their hands couldn't be felt, and they were punching doors and mailboxes and all kinds of stuff and going, man, my hands aren't hurting. Then they got home and they got warmed up and they were like, ow, my hands are starting to realize that this is a bad idea.
Funnily enough, that reminds me a little bit of a Studio C episode where this guy is robbing a house and the only weapon that the
the paintball?
Yeah, the paintball gun. And my blood is bright yellow. What artery did you hit? The appendix. That's weird. I got mine removed ages ago. Then actual cops come and he thinks that he has the quick healing power of Wolverine. Gets shot in the leg. Ah! My legs apparently don't have the quick healing power. Oh, silver lining, guys. My blood's no longer bright yellow.
and the background of that one is they couldn't get anything to work unless they ran the paintball gun at full power, and so when he pulls up his shirt and shows the welts, those are real welts from the paintball exploding on his skin.
Oh, I did not know that.
yeah, that
Ow.
was he those screams of pain are not faked.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know that they actually did fill some cream donuts with mayonnaise at one point for real, but did not know that.
Yeah, that one was
painful.
Yeah, just that one's a hard one to watch, even though it's a hilariously fun skit, but man alive.
Yeah, he probably had some ice on those for a while.
Oh, man. Anyhow.
On the next Wolverine, baby.
What was that one?
I actually don't remember the title.
Yeah, it's Paintball Gun Robbery with Studio C, so...
Something like that.
Yeah, who knows. For we will not inherit with them on yonder side of Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward.
And Moses said unto them, if ye will do this thing, if ye will go armed before the Lord to war...
Oh, Moses is still alive at this point?
That's what they said, Moses and Eliezer at the beginning.
That's true. I just didn't remember when he died.
It didn't click?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they haven't... Anyhow, history is weird when it comes to the Bible. I'm just not remembering all of this.
It is very hard to
perfectly.
keep track of, considering so much has been lost.
Yeah, and this is... We have this page. Well, this seems to be in chronological order. We have this page. Oh, it's sort of the same. Well, just put it after it.
Yeah.
And will go all of you armed over Jordan before the Lord until he hath driven out his enemies from before him.
And the land be subdued before the Lord, then afterward ye shall return, and be guiltless before the Lord and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Lord.
But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Lord, and be sure your sin will find you out.
Your sin will be upon your head, something like that.
Pretty much.
It's funny though, you toppled the paintball gun. I was just thinking about him a second ago.
Build you cities for your little ones, and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth.
And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as thy Lord, my Lord commanded. commandeth, our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. You did too.
Oh, I did? Sorry. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Lord to battle, as my Lord saith. And this is important.
Yet?
What?
Oh, we made a Jericho yet?
No.
No, this is still before they go across Jordan.
We got a while before that.
Yeah, they gotta dam up the river with God's power and take the river from flood stage to dry.
That's still incredible to think about.
Yeah. I wonder what that took. I'd like to see
I wonder if the guards who saw that happen were like, what the heck is going on here?
I wonder if it was wind or what that caused that to happen.
I heard somewhere that somebody did some science about it, or there was a history somewhere where up above, further up, it's like the water went backwards for a short amount of time. So instead of flowing forwards, it just stopped flowing forwards and went backwards. And that's why the land went dry. And then eventually it went going forward again.
Well, we do have the historical account of the New Madrid fault going in the 1800s, whenever it was. And it put the Mississippi backwards. But that's an incredibly massive river. And it didn't go completely dry. So who knows?
This is a smaller river, and if that happened, it might go
was
dry.
at flood stage.
Well, God, nothing's impossible.
Yeah, true. But I just like to know
the science behind it.
Yeah. This is quite an event. But anyhow, we're not there yet. We're gonna do more on that in a couple of chapters.
So concerning them, Moses commanded Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel.
And Moses said unto them, if the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Lord, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give them the land of Gilead for possession.
But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan.
Ooh, that's kind of mean. You guys are going to have to desert all these cities that we just worked real hard to take over, and you're just going to come with us if you're not willing to send your military people to help us.
Make sense?
Yeah, that's wow.
You better come enlist and do your term in the army.
Or else. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, as the Lord hath said unto thy servants, so will we do.
We will pass over armed before the Lord into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side of Jordan may be ours.
Well, that's nice.
Excuse me.
Lovely. And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof in the coasts with their borders, even the cities of the country round about. So they marked out, partially surveyed or did survey the land of those kingdoms and said, okay, you guys can have these areas.
And the children of Gad built these cities, fenced cities and folds for sheep. And the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it looks like 9 fenced cities.
And the children of Reuben built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Their names being changed.
Gave other names into this. So 6 cities gave other names unto the cities which they builded.
And the children of Machir. Okay.
Milkwire?
Huh?
Milkwire. I'm making a reference to Chrono Trigger.
Oh.
It kind of looks like it a little bit.
I haven't played that in long enough that I can remember that, but
I played it too many times. I mean, I got on the PlayStation 1 save, I got my characters to level 80. That took so many resets of New Game Plus. And to be fair, the big reason is because the final ending I was missing was in such a tiny window. I didn't even know. You have to go all the way to getting, seeing Shala open the door with her pendant in the Kingdom of Zeal, and then instead of going to get the pendant filled, you have to run all the way back to the end of time and then go fight Lavos to get this final ending. I know. No wonder I never got it, because it's such a tiny window that you have to do this ending at.
good grief.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, wow. Okay. So Maker was the son of Manasseh.
I kept resetting until I was like, okay, I've reset at least 20 times now. Let me check YouTube and the wiki and see where do I get this ending.
Wow. Okay. Children of Maker and the son of Manasseh went unto Gilead and took it and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it.
What does that mean?
They kicked him out.
And Moses gave Gilead unto Machir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein.
And Jair, I'm not sure, the son of Manasseh went and took the small towns thereof, and
What was that noise?
something popped over there, and called them Havoth Jair.
And Nobah, my bad,
Yeah.
went and took Kenneth and the village thereof and called it Nobath, after his own name.
Hey, Ken! Yo, Kenneth! Come here! I want your cities. Tough. Wow, yeah. That's what happened with this for whatever reason. So, it's still recording.
That was weird.
Yeah, why did the camera turn off 3 times on us? Anyhow,
Was it broken?
no,
No.
it just did something weird.
Got overheated
overheating?
somehow,
Maybe,
possibly.
we're not sure. And it's a dark day today. I'm not seeing almost anything outside of the lights in front of us. So, this is the beginning of the possession of the lands for permanent of the children of Israel, and you have to know that the people who were beaten had remnants, and some of those remnants went off and said, hey, these guys were killing us and taking us over, and so they came back to fight harder and to try to take their lands back, and that whole history is still going on even now, which is kind of weird, but no, it's not sad. It's just why did God allow something that would continuously be a
Issue?
yeah, for the rest of time? And then, of course, Joshua and others made some stupid mistakes, and oh man, yeah, we're gonna go into that one.
Honestly, I don't remember much about Joshua besides being set up as the next leader and then Jericho.
Right.
I remember nothing else of him
Yeah,
afterwards.
there's one moment where it's like, dude, why? And we'll get there.
Everybody has those moments, unfortunately, it would seem.
Yeah.
Especially in the Bible.
Yeah. So we have several towns, several cities, several people from the
I got dust in my nose.
tribes of Israel take over these lands that they had just wiped out all the people from and start living there with the promise that they will send their armed men with everyone else when they cross the River Jordan, which will happen in a couple of chapters because Moses first has to die, or get translated. So we will get there, and I wonder how long this was, because that's 12 minutes for just this section. Anyhow.
I think the other ones were maybe 10.
Yeah, so this is, we'll find out. We'll see you next time.